Okay, so I've got an X585 John Deere tractor, four-wheel drive, and I've been reading a lot online, YouTube, regards to overheating, shutting off, not starting after a while till it cools down, all kinds of issues in that regard. So what ended up doing was I ended up replacing, because I didn't have it in the beginning, I got a new air box, air intake. I ended up starting out with the wire harness. For those of you, oh, and by the way, I have about 670 hours on the unit. All up in here, from this point, all underneath, and it is hot. I did just run it for about a half hour. Did more cutting on the grass, went through, and I just cut it this morning, so I wanted to test it. And I would get probably from this side here to maybe about here, maybe halfway, and it would shut off on me. So anyway, this wire harness, brittle, dried out, everything cracked. You go to take off the water sensor, you got your fuel injectors. It also does the mass air sensor, and in the front it does the I believe it's the fuel pressure sensor. I'm sorry. So all new wire harness, new sensor, new water sensor on the other side, new mass air sensor. Again, I dumped $1,000 into this thing. Not a problem. Great machine. I definitely am keeping it. I would get to a point where even with the cover off, I was cutting grass with the cover off to help cool it, glowing red hot, or glowing red hot on that side for the exhaust. Completely wrong fuel mixture. Too much fuel, too hot. I do have the hot box, which gives me the heat in the cab for the winter. My bad, I was running this open during the summer, so if you do have that feature, make sure you shut that off for the summer. You want the hot water to go through the system. Obviously you open that in the winter, otherwise you're going to be cold. So I just figured out, I saw something recently that said, hey, there's a couple vacuum lines. There are two. I'm not going to pull this apart again, but once you take this off, you got your fuel pressure right underneath this aluminum block here. It's dead center, and in the front you see the wires there, the pink, white, and whatever with the stripe. That is your fuel pressure sensor. This lovely little gem goes from the fuel injector system to that sensor. Cracked, dried out, not a solid vacuum connection. I just bought $4 a hose. If that's all it was to fix this tractor, I spent a little more than that. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody out, because it drove me nuts for the past month and a half, you know, just trying to get this thing to run right. So I hope this helps someone. Again, YouTube's crazy. A lot of people put stuff on it. I did find out a few other things about the tractor, but again, hope it helps.